A mysterious traveler arrived at an airport, carrying proof he came from a country that doesn't exist. What happened next left officials terrified. It was in July of 1954. Tokyo's Haneda Airport was alive with the buzz of travelers. The war had ended less than a decade earlier, and international travel was beginning to pick up. The air was thick with the smell of jet fuel, the clatter of luggage, and the murmurs of passengers navigating a world cautiously reopening. Among the crowd arriving on a European flight, one man stood out. He was dressed impeccably in a tailored suit, polished shoes, and carried a leather briefcase. At first glance, he appeared to be an ordinary businessman, the kind that customs officers see every day. But what happened next would become one of the most baffling and mysterious events in modern aviation history. When he reached the front of the customs line, he presented his passport. The officials noticed immediately that it looked authentic. Gold leaf embossing, official stamps, and the texture of genuine travel documents. But the name of the country printed on the cover stopped everyone in their tracks. It read, Taured. Confused, the officers double-checked. Maps were consulted. History books were searched. Taured did not exist. Not in Europe, not in any record of the known world. And yet, the man insisted. He claimed he had been to Tokyo several times, traveled through London and Berlin, all using this very passport. There was no mistake. He knew where he was from, and he knew his country existed. The officials were stunned. Every detail suggested legitimacy. His passport, his travel history, his demeanor, they all pointed to a man who was real. And yet, the country he claimed as home was absent from every map and record. Authorities moved the man to a small, windowless office for questioning. They laid a world map on the table, hoping to find some clue. He pointed firmly to a tiny area between France and Spain, what everyone else knew as Andorra. But in his eyes, this was not Andorra. It was Taured, his homeland. As he looked at the map, the man's confidence faltered. He seemed shocked, even frightened. For him, this was impossible. How could a country he had known all his life vanish overnight, replaced by a nation he had never heard of? A search of his briefcase only deepened the mystery. Inside were multiple currencies from European nations, a driver's license issued by Taured, legal documents written in a language that seemed to blend French and Spanish, and even a hotel reservation, along with an appointment with a prominent Japanese corporation. Everything was meticulously real, and yet, none of it made sense. Authorities, suspecting espionage or high-level forgery, decided to detain him in a nearby hotel. Guards were stationed outside his room. The window was bolted. There was no balcony, and any attempt to leave the room on his own would have been fatal. That night, nothing happened. No sounds, no disturbances, no unusual activity. The man did not shout or move, and the guards reported no sign of struggle. The following morning, the guards entered the room. The bed was neatly made. The man was gone. Every precaution had been taken to prevent escape, yet somehow he had vanished without leaving a trace. Authorities rushed to check the airport evidence locker, where his passport and documents had been secured. To their shock, every item, the passport, the driver's license, the checkbook, even the briefcase itself had disappeared. It was as if he had never existed. To this day, no one knows what happened to the man from Taured. Some suggest he was a clever hoaxer, an elaborate espionage agent, or a time traveler. Others propose that he slipped through a portal from a parallel dimension, a world where Taured exists instead of Andorra. Whatever the truth, his case remains one of the most compelling and chilling glitches in reality ever recorded. A man arrived from a country that should not exist, proved his life with undeniable evidence, and disappeared entirely, leaving behind nothing but questions. How many worlds might exist just alongside our own? How many realities brush against ours, unseen and unexplored? The man from Taured may never return, but his story continues to haunt those who dare to consider the possibility that the world we know is only one of many. A mystery suspended in history, a traveler without a country, and a case that continues to challenge our understanding of reality. The man from Taured remains an unsolved enigma, reminding us that the world may be far stranger than it appears. To explore more real-world mysteries like this, subscribe to Tales Beyond Reality TV, where reality ends and the unanswered begins.